And first here at noon, that drone video from Paoli, Indiana, where the National Weather Service is surveying damage from those overnight storms and possible tornadoes. Just take a look at Paoli's town square. Roofs ripped off of several businesses and homes, glass windows busted out. The hardest hit areas include Du Bois, Orange, and Washington counties, which saw high winds and storms just after midnight. Meteorologist Reed Yaden and John Humphreys have been in Orange County since early this morning. Reed, we just were told the National Weather Service says a tornado appears to have hit the west side of Hayesville, not too far from you. You think it's likely one struck where you are?
Yeah, our feeling is that this is going to be a low-end tornado. We talked with John Gordon of the National Weather Service. He is on his way to Orange County now. Will be here, going to start out in the Springs Valley area, then work his way to Paoli here. For the second time this summer, Orange County, Indiana hit with severe weather of the worst kind. I'm on the town square. This took the brunt of it here in Paoli, Indiana. Let's go upstairs to our Sky 11 drone.
I'm in the very back of the building, and about, like I said, 10 minutes after I texted him, that's whenever we heard the bricks fall and we could hear the wind kind of come through the whole building.
The store was located in the Braxton building. The roof of the building was ripped off, along with a plate glass window and brick wall. The upper portion of an adjoining building was also demolished. Multiple crews are continuing to work, removing debris, much of it metal. Another business out of the attic was also destroyed.
My buddy called me and told me that something happened on the square, so we got up and drove here at 3 this morning, and everything in our store, it was just a waterfall inside.
The building roof was blown off, exposing the merchandise to the heavy rain. With power still off, downtown merchants are checking damage, making plans to eventually reopen. Around the county, dozens of trees are down, many of them on houses or carports. Crews are also working to open streets and roads. In many cases, not only trees, but wires are down too. The National Weather Service team has started their survey in Du Bois County, and they'll be in Orange and Washington counties as well. They will make the determination as to whether the damage resulted from a tornado, straight line winds, or a combination. Now, the question becomes, what about injuries? Well, here in Paoli, firemen overnight had to rescue 2 people from a trailer where a tree fell on it. Thankfully, no serious injuries. One was taken to the hospital, treated, and released. That's where we stand now. A lot of work to do up here. Most of the power in downtown Paoli is off. The radio station is off the air here in Paoli. Anticipate getting the power back on as soon as possible, but no deadlines given. Brooke, a very, very busy day, going to lead to a busy night up here in Orange County.
Reed, that is right, and we will be out there with those crews throughout much of the day. So many of you sending in your photos of the storm damage in your neighborhood. Take a look. This is along North Sandy Hook Drive in Paoli. You can see a major tree down on top of a number of those homes, but as you heard Reed tell us, that fortunately no major injuries have been reported. That photo out of St. Matthews. And let's take a look at our current outages today. According to LG&E, there are around 5,000 customers without power. Duke Energy reporting about 5,500 without power. And Paoli Community and Springs Valley Community Schools closed for the day due to the storm damage from overnight. Other districts operated on a 2-hour delay from New Albany, Floyd County schools to Greater Clark County, Borden, Henryville, and East Washington. For all things weather related, make sure you have our WHAS11 news app. We send alerts affecting your neighborhood straight to your phone. And right now, a sigh of relief for drivers who use the Sherman-Minton Bridge. The lower deck of that bridge carrying both directions opened just before the morning rush today. The construction crew originally did not think it would make its Monday deadline. The bridge closed to traffic on July 27th when road crews found a problem with the bearing that supports the upper deck of the Kentucky approach to the bridge. There is still no access to the New Albany exit from 64 West, while that top deck remains closed. Well, in the next 2 hours, the owner of a home in Highview, where investigators found several explosives and chemicals, is expected in court. 53-year-old Mark Hibble was arrested after an investigation involving those hazardous materials. He's charged with wanton endangerment and burglary related related to squatting in a nearby house. And today, Mayor Craig Greenberg plans to update people living in that area on exactly what's being done ahead of the home's controlled burn. That house is on Applegate Lane, where police found dangerous items like homemade explosives and blasting caps, along with gallons of explosive chemicals. Greenberg says the burn of that home will not occur until at least August 14th. The city is working on computer simulations to show exactly what that impact of the controlled burn would be. It's also collaborating with Air Pollution Control District.
It will not happen, and I will not authorize it until we are ready to do this safely.
The purpose of the fire is to consume the chemicals and the explosives that are in there, and again, render them inert.
Today's meeting is at Highview Baptist Church on Fagenbush Lane. Because of the large people expected to attend, the mayor is urging those to watch the meeting online unless you are directly impacted. For details on that meeting, head to WHAS11.com. Well, residents in the Highlands say an uptick in crime is being fueled by alcohol and late-night entertainment. And some of those who are frustrated identified a particular venue as the problem, which then led to more concerns of a bigger issue. Our Alexis Jones and Elijah McKenzie explain.
It's an epidemic destroying neighborhoods across our city.
Knock off the gun violence. We're done with it.
Along with violent crime, people living in District 8 say they're seeing a rise in disorderly conduct. Sunday, nearly 300 residents took their concerns to law enforcement and city officials.
Can you? Okay, great. So there.
While many say lack of resources and staffing are contributing to recent crime,
that I need more officers, that I need more help.
They also point to late-night bars and restaurants on Bardstown Road.
That we have an alcohol-fueled entertainment industry wedged right in the middle of a residential neighborhood.
When you combine alcohol and humans, there have been issues for centuries. What we've got added element here of a lot of alcohol, late night, and guns. So that is making things more acute.
One business on top of mind, Afrikaanse Lounge, where 31-year-old Ricky Kemp was shot and killed last Monday, just a few doors down. Kemp's loved ones were at the meeting. His brother Jerry says he doesn't understand why the lounge is at the center of conversation.
I was the DJ, which is his brother, that night, and we closed down at 2. And if anybody do their research, they know that whatever happened at 3. If we, meaning the family, felt like the business was the reason, then I wouldn't be here.
Jerry adds there was violence in the area before Afrikaanse opened up. He says community members feel otherwise because of a deeper reason.
I feel like it's the color issue. They don't want us on Bardstown Road. And that's really how I feel.
Though the business sparks safety concerns, Councilman Benrino Weber agrees crime is a citywide issue.
This is definitely part of a larger, broader trend that needs longer-term, thoughtful responses, and we need to know both what's happening and then collectively get community input on what else we can be doing.
However, Jerry says whatever the community decides, targeting one location shouldn't be the answer. And if you have questions or concerns that weren't addressed during Sunday's meeting, Councilman Reno Weber says you can contact his office or meet with District 8's advisory board on August 28th. In Louisville, Alexis Jones, WHAS11 on your side.
ABC also plans to tackle disorderly conduct in that area, saying it'll start citing bars for noise. So starting today, any bar with music heard from over 50 feet away will be ordered to pay a $2,500 fine. A 22-year-old man is charged with a woman's murder in Clifton Heights. Police say it happened just after 9 Sunday morning at an apartment complex on Biljana Drive near Brownsboro Road. Neighbors told officers they heard a loud fight coming from the woman's apartment, and then they later arrested 22-year-old Felipe Jesus Santos Florencia, charged with her murder. If you or someone you know is in need of help, you can always reach that domestic violence hotline at the number there on your screen. Take a look. That's 844-237-2331. We also have a list of resources on our website at WHAS11.com. Tyson Foods just announced the official closing of 4 of its chicken processing plants, and one of them is in Cordon, Indiana. Today, the company said it's working to cut down on cost. In turn, Tyson will shift production to other facilities, and other plants that are closing are in North Little Rock, Arkansas, Dexter, and Noel, Missouri. In a statement, President and CEO of Tyson Foods said the difficult decision to close 4 chicken facilities demonstrates our commitment to bold action and operational excellence.